Well, welcome back. Let me start by saying thank you, and any comments are welcome, criticisms. If you have a good time, leave a like and share the video. Let's get started. Hey, cut it out. Stop. What we're going to talk about today is the Rossi 8320. This is one of the pipes that we opened the other day, and we're going to just discuss some of the numbers of it and talk about the fit, the finish, that sort of thing. I haven't received any of my Savanelli pipes to compare the Rossi's to yet, but when I do, we'll do a side-by-side about fit, finish of the Savanellis versus the Rossis. I think we're going to be surprised, actually. These pipes seem pretty nice. They're really light. Most of my other briar pipes don't feel as light as these. I have a couple Sugays, and one of them is pretty light, actually. It's probably lighter than this one. So I don't know if it's the type of briar, or if I would assume that they are briar. They say they're briar, so I don't think that a large company would go about telling fibs. So anyway, let's break down into the numbers of this and see where we are. Stop bothering me. And here we are. This is the Rossi 8320 Vittoria model. V-I-T-T-O-R-I, and that is an A. This is the, I guess you'd say, bottom end of the price range for Rossi, at least available right now through the website that I used, smokingpipes.com. This is, of course, not a paid ad or anything by Smoking Pipes. Let's go through some of the fitment. The stem is fit super tight. When I first opened the box, there was a gap, but the stem just wasn't set all the way. As far as lining up goes, slightly, the stem is slightly smaller than the shank, but I mean, honestly, if you got big clumsy hands, you're not like me. You're not going to notice it. The finish, as I mentioned earlier in the original video, has leaked onto the end of this shank here, but it hasn't affected the fitment though. So it's just a visual defect, I guess you'd say. Bowls pre-carbonized. You can see the shank drilling comes right out into the bottom of the bowl. This seems perfect to me. The finish is the color. It looks black, but honestly, it may be a super dark chocolate. Maybe just the glossy lacquer gives it this black look. I'm not sure. I wouldn't call it unfinished, but it's not as shiny as the rest of the bowl or the shank. But you can see there it is brown. Sorry if the reflection is a bit bad here, but we're not in a professional studio. Anyway, the rustication on this is pretty uniform. The shape, you know, as you go around the shape here, nothing seems to be off. There's a few I would call burrs that are sticking out. Here you can see a little bit, but the shape is pretty uniform. It doesn't look like this was tossed into a bin to head down to the Rossi finishing factory. I mean, I don't know if these are just purposely made, or not made, but purposely sold under the Rossi name just to sell more pipes. It's a little bit of a bump here, and this is not a divot. This is proud. This bump right here. But anyway, I think this is just a way to get more of their pipes into the market. There's the Shank Drilling. You saw that a little bit ago, dead center. I think people make a big deal about drilling. I do. I don't know if it's a problem or not. If something's drilled crooked, drilled off to one side, not. I think if it's not drilled into the bottom of the bowl, though, that probably does affect the smoking characteristics. If you have a wet tobacco, you know, I'm thinking that that's probably going to cause some, you know, some gurgling. But then again, maybe it would be better if it's not all the way in the bottom. Let's go over the stats of the actual pipe, so you can sort of compare them to the Savanelli version. This is an unfiltered pipe. It doesn't have the 6 mil or 9 mil filters that Savanelli offers, usually 6 mil. The length of the pipe in inches is 5.41 inches. The weight is 2.22 ounces. The bowl height here, the height from here to here is from top to bottom here, 1.68 inches. Depth of chamber is I think generous considering the breadth of it, is 1.32 inches. The chamber diameter is almost an inch, 0.93 inches. The outer diameter of the bowl here is coming in at nearly 2 inches. It's 1.94. Stem is vulcanite. You can see the button there is, sorry for shaking. You can see the button is, let me put my phone down, is pretty hard to find. I mean, this is not a soft feeling. This is not going to be soft in the mouth. And if you're going to put on a bit, you know, the rubber bit protector, it's going to be even thicker, and more than likely it's going to want to pop down here, but which I do use those, so I'm curious to see how this is going to work out. Another channel, Mutton Chop Piper, he uses heat shrink, so I might go that route with these to see how that works out. But that's pretty much it. Briar, made in Italy, super light. I don't have any my Savanelli pipes that I've ordered. I haven't come in yet, so we can't do a side by side yet. But that's coming soon. So let's get back. And we're back. So that's the Rossi Vittoria 8320. I'd like to say thank y'all for sticking around, and later.